Listen up. Life has a funny way of testing us, doesn't it? People will come into your life with promises, with smiles, with trust, but sometimes, just sometimes, they'll betray you. They'll cheat you. They'll hurt you in ways that feel deep, ways that make you question everything you thought you knew. But let me tell you something powerful that's not where your story ends. That's the moment when you get to decide who you truly are. You see, the world doesn't care about the cards you were dealt. It cares about what you do with them. You've been hurt and it stings. I get it. But here's the truth, that pain is the raw material for your greatest comeback. Don't give them the power to define your future. You have control over your life. You might think, how could they do this to me? How could someone betray my trust? But here's the hard truth. Sometimes people hurt us because they're hurting themselves. Sometimes they don't even realize the damage they cause. It doesn't matter. What matters is how you respond. You can hold on to the anger, the resentment, the hurt, or you can let go and rise. You can turn that pain into fuel, into motivation to become the best version of yourself. I want you to realize that being cheated or hurt doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. But you don't have to stay stuck there. You are not a victim of what others do to you. You are the creator of how you respond. The next time someone tries to hurt you, remind yourself, this will not be my story. I will not let this stop me. You owe it to yourself to move forward, to grow stronger, to show up bigger than ever. The greatest victories come after the greatest battles. The most beautiful sunrise follows the darkest night. So let them try to break you. Let them try to cheat you. But remember this, they can't take away your power unless you let them. Rise. Stand tall. You are not defined by someone else's actions. You are defined by the way you respond. And you are unstoppable. Keep pushing forward because the best is yet to come. Let me tell you something, my friend. When someone cheats you, when someone hurts you, it's one of the most painful experiences you can go through. I know it feels like the foundation beneath you has crumbled. The person you trusted, the person you believed in, has let you down in the worst possible way. It's like you're standing there wondering how someone could betray the bond you shared. But here's the truth, this is not the end of your story. This moment, as hard as it is not your defining moment. You're facing a challenge, yes, but it's not the end of your journey. It's just a chapter in a book that you're still writing. This betrayal, this hurt, this pain, it's temporary. And what happens in the next moment is entirely up to you. You have the power to decide if you let this define you or if you rise from it. Too many people get stuck in the pain, stuck in the feeling of being wronged. They replay that hurt over and over and over in their minds, letting it consume them, letting it take away their joy, their peace, and their future. But I'm here to tell you that you don't have to stay there. You don't have to allow this one moment to hold you hostage. What you're feeling right now is real. It's painful, but it's also temporary. This too shall pass. You're stronger than this. Your life is not over because of what someone else did. Your story isn't finished because someone hurt you. You still have the power to create what comes next. So take a deep breath. Take a step back. And remember this, the only way you lose is if you let this defeat you. If you let someone's actions steal your peace, your joy, your future. But if you choose to rise, if you choose to use this pain to fuel your next level of greatness, then you'll look back one day and see this moment for what it truly was, a lesson, a stepping stone, a defining moment in your journey to becoming your best self. You are not defined by what others do to you. You are defined by how you respond. This is not the end. It's just the beginning of something greater. So get up. Keep moving. Your greatest chapter is ahead of you. I want you to understand something deeply, something that can change your life forever. You have a choice in how you respond. When someone cheats on you, when someone betrays your trust or hurts you in a way that feels like a deep wound, it's easy to fall into the trap of believing that everything is out of your control. That's what the pain does. It clouds your vision, makes you feel helpless. But I'm telling you, nothing could be further from the truth. You are not a victim of this situation unless you choose to be. Yes, the betrayal hurt. Yes, it's hard to accept. But the power is always in your hands to decide how this moment will affect your future. Will you let this betrayal define you, keep you stuck, make you bitter and angry, or will you rise above it? Will you choose to take this moment, this pain, and use it to fuel your growth, your transformation, and your success? Think about it for a second. The people who hurt you, they're not the ones who get to determine your future. You do. They may have taken something from you, your trust, your peace, your security, but they cannot take your power unless you give it to them. You get to choose how you respond. You get to decide whether this setback becomes your springboard to greatness. Here's the truth: no one can make you feel powerless unless you let them. No one can make you feel small or broken or less than unless you give them that control. And I know it's hard. It's easy to want to blame them. It's easy to stay angry. But I'm telling you, anger doesn't serve you. Holding on to resentment doesn't make you strong. It only keeps you stuck in the past. It holds you back from stepping into the future you deserve. You can choose to forgive, not for them, but for you. You can choose to rise, to let go of that weight, and to take back control of your life. When you choose how to respond, you choose your path forward. You are in control. Your destiny is in your hands. Don't ever forget that. So the next time you feel like this pain is going to break you, remember, you decide whether you let it. You decide whether this moment defines you or pushes you to something greater. You are stronger than you think. And the best part, you get to choose. Every single day, you get to choose how this moment will shape you, how it will propel you forward into the life you are meant to lead. So take that choice, take that power, and make your comeback. Here's something important that I want you to really take in. When someone hurts you, cheats on you, or betrays your trust, it's often more about them than it is about you. It's easy to think that the actions of others are a reflection of who you are, but that's just not the case. Their betrayal, their lack of loyalty, their actions, they come from their own brokenness, their own pain, their own insecurities. It's not your fault. See, we all have our struggles, we all have our challenges, but there are people out there who, instead of facing their own demons, choose to hurt others. They might cheat, they might lie, they might take advantage of your kindness and trust. And in that moment, it feels personal. It feels like an attack on you. But here's the powerful truth: it's not personal. It's about them and where they are in their journey. It's about what they've been through, what they're struggling with. You might not be able to change their behavior. You might not be able to fix what's broken in them, but what you can do is refuse to internalize their actions. You do not have to carry their pain or their mistakes. When someone cheats on you, when someone betrays you, it's often because they are lost. They don't know how to communicate, how to deal with their own emotions, how to face their fears or their problems. And instead of dealing with their own issues, they project that onto others. They hurt you because in some twisted way, it's easier for them to escape their own pain by hurting someone else. But that is not your burden to bear. I want you to really grasp this. You are not responsible for their actions. You are not responsible for their choices. What they did to you is a reflection of them, not of you. And the moment you realize that, the moment you stop taking their behavior personally, you free yourself. You free yourself from their mistakes. You free yourself from the hold they have over you. So let me remind you again, their actions do not define who you are. Their mistakes are theirs to carry. And you don't have to carry them for them. You don't have to wear their pain on your shoulders. You don't have to let their betrayal or their hurt make you doubt your worth. You are worthy of trust. You are worthy of love. And you are worthy of respect. Never let anyone else's brokenness cause you to question that. Remember this: the way someone treats you has everything to do with them and nothing to do with you. Don't let their shortcomings take away from the incredible person you are. You are so much more than what they did. You are capable of greatness. And that is what you need to focus on moving forward. Listen closely. Pain, when it hits you, is the fuel for your transformation. It might seem impossible to believe in the moment, but what you're feeling right now, the hurt, the anger, the betrayal, this isn't the end. This is the raw material you need to build something far greater than what you were before. Don't let it destroy you. Let it push you forward. This pain can be the catalyst for your greatest comeback. You're probably thinking, how could this betrayal ever lead to something good? But I want you to remember something crucial. Every successful person, every champion, every achiever you admire has gone through pain. The difference is they didn't let it keep them down. They used it to fuel their drive, their ambition, and their purpose. Think about the most painful experiences in your life. They hurt, no question about it. But now, I want you to look at those moments in a different light. What if that pain was shaping you into something stronger, something more resilient? What if this is the moment that is going to catapult you into the next level of your life? That's the kind of mindset I'm talking about. When you stop seeing your hurt as an obstacle and start seeing it as the fuel for your growth, you unlock your true potential. Pain, in its rawest form, is an opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to dig deeper, to rise above, to transform. It's easy to sit in the pain, to feel sorry for yourself, to let it define you. But let me ask you this, where will that get you? It won't get you anywhere. It will keep you stuck. But if you use this moment, if you use this pain as your fire, as your reason to get up and push harder, to grow stronger, then nothing will be able to stop you. Do you know what happens when you take pain and turn it into fuel? You become unstoppable. The things that used to hurt you won't hurt you anymore. The things that used to hold you back will only propel you forward. And not only that, but you'll start to see the world through a new lens. You'll stop being the victim of your circumstances, and you'll start becoming the creator of your future. That's the power you hold right now. When someone cheats or hurts you, it's not the end of the story. It's the beginning of your growth, your resilience, your next chapter. This is your moment to rise above, to become a version of yourself that is stronger, wiser, and more capable than you ever imagined. The pain that you feel right now, it's not the thing that will hold you down. It's the thing that will push you higher. So don't shy away from it. Embrace it. Use it. This is your time. This is your moment to turn that pain into power, to turn that hurt into the fuel for your success. You are capable of greatness, and nothing, not even betrayal, can take that away from you. It's your choice. Will you rise from this? Will you let this pain push you to become the best version of yourself? The answer is in your hands. Let me tell you something right now that will shift everything for you. Holding on to anger, resentment, or bitterness will never serve you. In fact, it will only keep you stuck in the past, paralyzed by the very thing that hurt you. When someone cheats you or betrays you, the natural reaction is to want to get even, to nurse your wounds, to stew in your anger. But here's the truth you need to hear loud and clear. Anger and resentment don't make you strong, they make you weak. They hold you back from moving forward. Think about it. The person who hurt you has already moved on with their life, whether they realize it or not. They've already gone about their day. Their world hasn't stopped. But you're the one still carrying the weight, still stuck in that moment, letting their actions dictate your peace and your future. That's the real loss. Now, I know it's easier said than done. You're angry, you're hurt, you want justice, you want them to feel the pain you feel. But what I want you to understand is this: you are the only one suffering when you stay angry. But the person who hurt you, they're not feeling the sting. They're not affected by your bitterness. You are. You're the one losing time, energy, and focus on something that doesn't deserve it. So how do you move on? How do you release the hurt and let go of the anger that's keeping you stuck? First, you have to realize that forgiveness isn't for them. It's for you. Forgiveness doesn't mean you're excusing what they did. It doesn't mean you're saying what they did is okay. But it means you're choosing to free yourself from the chains of anger and resentment that are holding you captive. It means you're choosing to take your power back. Letting go is the most powerful thing you can do in the face of betrayal. When you let go, you let yourself heal. You stop giving the person who hurt you control over your emotions, over your future. You take back your life, your energy, your joy. And the best part is, when you let go of that anger, you free up space in your life for bigger and better things. You make room for the things that matter, your goals, your relationships, your future. So what do when you feel the sting of betrayal, when someone cheats or hurts you? Let it go. Let go of the resentment, the anger, the thoughts that keep you stuck. I promise you, this doesn't make you weak, it makes you incredibly strong. It takes more courage to forgive than to hold on to bitterness. You're not letting them off the hook, you're setting yourself free. Every time you feel that anger rising, every time that resentment tries to take root, remind yourself, I'm not going to let this define me. I'm not going to let this control me. I'm moving forward. The only thing that can hold you back in life is your unwillingness to release the past. So release it. Let go. And watch how your future unfolds in ways you never thought possible. Here's a powerful truth that can change the game for you. You are not a victim of someone else's actions. When someone cheats on you, when someone hurts you, they are trying to control the narrative of your life. But I'm here to tell you that the only one who gets to decide how your story unfolds is you. This is where you take back your power. The pain you feel right now, it's real. I won't deny that. But it's not the end of your story. It's just one chapter, one moment in time. What matters is what you do next. The moment you decide that what someone else did will not define your future, that's when you take your power back. And that's when you start to rise. Here's the key. No one can make you feel powerless unless you let them. That's right. They can cheat, they can lie, they can hurt you, but none of that defines you unless you allow it to. Your strength lies in your ability to choose your response, not in what they did to you. You are not defined by the hurt they caused, by the betrayal you experienced, by the trust they broke. You are defined by how you handle that hurt. You are defined by the choice you make to move forward, to heal, and to rise stronger than ever before. Do you realize how much power you have? People will come into your life, and they may do things that hurt you, but you get to decide how it impacts you. You have the ability to let go of the past and create a future that is bigger, brighter, and better than anything you could have imagined. The moment you stop playing the victim and start taking ownership of your life, that's when the real transformation begins. You're not helpless. You're not broken. You are the architect of your life. Every time you choose to respond with strength, every time you choose to rise instead of fall, you reinforce the truth that no one has the power to dictate your life. You have the ability to move forward, to heal, and to take control of your story. You see, life is always about choices. You get to decide if the pain, the betrayal, the hurt defines you, or if you use it as the fuel for your transformation. You get to decide if you stay stuck in the past, anchored by the actions of others, or if you choose to rise, to be stronger, and to create a future that is beyond anything you've experienced. The power is in your hands. So never let anyone or anything rob you of that power. You are not a victim here. You are a creator. You create your future. You create your response. You create your story. The best part is you get to choose what comes next. Will you let this moment control you, or will you rise above it, stronger, wiser, and more powerful than ever? The choice is yours. Own IT. Let me tell you something important that will shift the way you look at everything in your life. The greatest victories often come after the greatest struggles. I want you to think about that for a second. Look back at the hardest moments in your life, the moments that brought you to your knees, the moments that tested your faith, your trust, your will to keep going. Now, think about where you are today. I'll bet you've come out stronger. I'll bet you've learned more about who you really are. And I'll bet you've realized that those struggles didn't break you, they transformed you. When someone cheats on you, when someone betrays your trust, it feels like your world is collapsing. It feels like the ground beneath you is shaking, like the very foundation of your life is being torn apart. But I need you to hear this loud and clear. That moment of devastation is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of a new chapter, a chapter where you rise higher, stronger, and more powerful than ever before. Think about the greatest success stories, the most incredible comebacks. They didn't happen because things were easy. They happened because people refused to let the setbacks define them. You look at someone like Oprah, who faced abandonment and rejection. You look at Steve Jobs, who was fired from his own company, or J.K. Rowling, who faced rejection after rejection. They didn't let their moments of struggle stop them. They used those moments to fuel their rise to greatness. The darkest nights, the hardest challenges, the biggest betrayals, they can either hold you back or they can push you forward. It's all about how you choose to respond. You have the power to decide if this pain will keep you in the past or propel you to your greatest future. Your pain doesn't have to define you. It can be the catalyst for your evolution, the stepping stone that propels you into the next level of who you're becoming. Here's what you need to understand: the struggle is part of the process. Without it, there's no growth. Without it, there's no transformation. Every challenge you face, every betrayal you encounter is an opportunity to become something greater. And I know it doesn't feel like it right now, but this pain, this betrayal, it's shaping you into the person you need to become to achieve everything you're capable of. Don't waste this moment. Let it fuel you. Let it push you to work harder, to dream bigger, to rise above what anyone thought was possible for you. When you stand back up after being knocked down, when you choose to keep moving forward despite the hurt, you'll discover that your potential is limitless. The victories that lie ahead of you, they are born out of the struggles you face today. So don't look at the challenges and say, why me? Look at them and say, this is my opportunity to rise. This is the moment I get to become stronger, smarter, and more resilient. The best chapters of your life are still ahead of you. You haven't seen anything yet? The darkest nights lead to the most beautiful sunrises, and right now, you're on the verge of your most powerful comeback. Embrace the struggle. Let it shape you. And remember, the victory is coming. I want you to take a moment and really understand this truth. The most powerful thing you can do when someone cheats or hurts you is to keep moving forward. Yes, I said it. Keep moving forward. You see, the world will try to knock you down. People will betray you, they will hurt you, they will do things that shake your trust and make you question everything you've known. But the question is, are you going to let that stop you? Are you going to let someone else's actions steal your power, your peace, your future? Here's the thing, life isn't about what happens to you. Life is about how you respond. No one can control your future unless you let them. Yes, what they did hurt. Yes, it feels like it's the end of the world. But it's not. You are still here. You are still breathing. And that means you have the power to decide what happens next. Understand this, you are not defined by the actions of others. What defines you is your response. What defines you is your ability to rise from the ashes, to stand up when life knocks you down, to keep moving forward even when it feels impossible. Every time you get up, every time you choose to move forward, despite the pain, you send a powerful message not only to the world but to yourself. I will not be stopped. I will not be defined by someone else's choices. I am the creator of my future. This is the point where you take control. Don't wait for anyone's permission to move forward. Don't wait for someone to apologize or make things right. You don't need them to move on. You are not waiting for closure from anyone. The closure comes from you deciding right now that you are bigger than what they did to you. You are stronger than their betrayal. And you are capable of creating a future filled with the success, the love, the happiness that they could never take from you. The power you have right now is the power to move forward. Don't wait for a sign. Don't wait for a magic moment. Don't wait for the hurt to disappear. Move forward anyway. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a victory. Every time you choose to move past the hurt, you grow stronger. Every time you choose to keep going, you are creating a future that will be more powerful, more rewarding than anything you could have imagined before the hurt ever happened. So don't let the past hold you back. Don't let what happened to you dictate what will happen for you. You are not bound by anyone's mistakes. You are not a prisoner to their actions. You are free to build the life you deserve, and that life is waiting for you. You have the power to make the next chapter of your life the best one yet. Keep moving forward. Keep taking action. Keep believing in yourself. You've got this. Your comeback starts now. So let me leave you with this. You are not defined by what happens to you, but by how you respond to it. Life will throw challenges your way, and people will hurt you. It's a guarantee. But here's the difference. You get to decide how this moment shapes you. You get to decide if you will let this pain control you or if you will use it to fuel your growth. You get to choose whether you stay stuck in the past or move forward with greater strength, wisdom, and purpose. Remember, the pain you feel today is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of your transformation. Keep going. Keep moving forward. Let go of what no longer serves you. Forgive when you're ready and embrace the amazing future that is waiting for you. You are the creator of your life, and your best days are ahead.